Hello, welcome to this week's hashtag Toe2Toe. I'm delighted to say this week we're joined by Gary Logan, Barry Jones and Isaac Lowe, two of which fresh from Vegas. And I say looking pretty fresh. Isaac, you're fresh from your points victory over Guevara at the weekend. Have you actually been to bed?
I've had about 4 hours sleep in about 3 days, but yeah, just about getting over, well, not over jet lag yet, but yeah, 4 hours sleep.
You're looking pretty fresh for it, I have to say.
I don't feel fresh and all that.
Barry, just how good was it the weekend?
It was one of those moments where you just went, I was there. I know there's a few sporting moments in your life you wish you would have went to, and for me that was one of them. I was there, and I think I'll tell my grandkids about that. It was just a phenomenal performance, a great atmosphere, and I did say on the night, with him and Joshua now, that we own the heavyweight division, Great Britain, we own boxing.
Yeah, I think the belts are all back here now, aren't they? Which is absolutely brilliant. Yeah. What did you make of the night? What was the atmosphere like?
Atmosphere, as you just said, it was just the occasion itself, the Brits, the fans, everyone. It was just it was unbelievable, and obviously for me to be on the card, such a thing like that, the atmosphere with the build up to the fight, everyone was so excited. You had the biggest puncher in the world there in the game in boxing history, and then obviously Tyson with the history of the boxing skill he's got, going head to head, and it turned out a great night for us all.
Gary, what did you make of Tyson's?
Amazing, amazing, because Peter Fury was here a few weeks ago and he whispered in my ear, he goes, Tyson's going to stand on him. He's not going to let him do anything. He's going to wrestle him, he's going to maul him.
It was just from the get-go, wasn't it?
And I'm looking at Peter like, if he does that, he's going to walk onto a right hand. You know, Tyson Fury is the most gifted heavyweight, technically since Tyson. If you're looking at like natural talent, and even Tyson had to work hard at it. I'm not saying Tyson's works any less at it, but I looked at a lot of videos when he was a lot younger, and some of the shots he was throwing to the body.
Body shots.
I mean, like you haven't seen a big man throw body shots like that since Riddick Bowe. So he's really, really talented, and he used everything he's accrued in his arsenal to dismantle a man that I thought if he walks onto one, he's going to do him. So.
What do you make of all the excuses that Wilder's coming out with now, that his costume, his walk-on costume is too heavy?
I sort of guessed I didn't think he'd use the costume for an excuse, which is just absolutely just laughable. But
we just say that both them.
But if you're going to wear a costume, sorry when you talk, Barry, but you try it on in your changing room and you think, wow, this is like 40 pounds is like nearly 3 stone or so. You say, do you know what, this is too heavy. I'm not walking to the ring on that. Or if you're going to get it made, you surely got you try things on.
To be fair, it did look heavy. Look, remember, he stood this close to me, so it looked heavy, and he had all lights on it and everything, and it looked a bit of a unit, but still. He's walking 20 yards.
For him to use it as an excuse is poor.
But I thought he would use, because the first knockdown with the right hand, did catch him behind the ear. He turned him with the jab and hit him with the right hand, and I thought he'd use that, and he'd use his problem with his legs and all this stuff just to be able to justify them fighting for the third time. I think what
Wilder was, I think it was the first or the second round, he hit Tyson with 2 brilliant right hands, and Tyson took them and he kept them marching forward. And I think Tyson got him with a few jabs on a body shot, and I think he just knew then it was Tyson's night. It was walking him down. It wasn't going to be denied.
Behind a really good jab.
Yeah.
You know, that jab was just like ramrod, wasn't it? And when he wasn't doing that, he was just mauling him.
Yeah. It looks like Wilder's going to trigger the rematch. Yeah. Do you want to see the trilogy?
No, I don't. I think you would if that fight was relatively close or there was some controversy, but he so dominated him in a way that if he would have dominated him like he did, I thought, in the first fight, boxing, and Wilder couldn't get hold of him, maybe you could still justify that if you can catch him. But this time, he bullied him in every sense, and I just think he has him in his pocket now, and I just can't see. Listen, Wilder can always catch anyone and hurt them. But I think the fact that he put him on the back foot, he put him in a defensive mode, meant he could read it so easily that Wilder didn't have no forward momentum to get any real leverage on his shot. So I can't see any need for it. And also, we're looking ahead now at a bigger fight, to be honest.
Well, that seemed to be what the talk was about after the fight. Everyone pretty much.
Well, the belts are back over him now.
Yeah, I mean,
it has to happen.
You know what I mean? It has to happen somewhere down the line, and it's got sooner rather than later, I should say.
Well, if there's anyone that's going to know, I mean, because you're such good friends with Tyson Fury, your sable mates. What's he said to you? Has he actually said to you that he wants the third fight?
Time with Tyson, obviously he's got the rematch clause. Wilder can trigger that, so obviously if Wilder does decide to take that, he'll have to fight Wilder. But
what's he said he wants to do?
He'll fight anyone. Tyson will fight any one of them. He doesn't. In my eyes, obviously we've seen what he's done to Wilder. I think myself, AJ is an easier fight for Tyson, but obviously everyone's going to have their own
Gary,
We'll discuss this. I don't. I honestly don't think he is. I think that the AJ that we saw against Ruiz, he just showed us he can be a bit more mobile, and he'll have to be a little bit more mobile. Not move side to side mobile, but just the little steps that you need that Wilder hasn't got. Wilder plants his feet, and as soon as you push him back, he's got no backward step. He's balancing.
AJ's got more shot selection.
Yeah, exactly.
For me, I think that Joshua is neater with his shots, where Wilder is sometimes. Because when people are wild, sometimes that's harder to fight against. But I think because Joshua smothered him, then those wild shots, didn't come into play. But Joshua is direct. I don't think the Joshua from Ruiz, the way he fought Ruiz, which is perfect, gets anywhere near.
Won't get near Fury.
I think the Joshua of old, he has to be like that and be forceful.
Exactly. He's got to be centre of the ring and try and dictate with his jab.
But for me, I think Joshua, he can only come forward with Tyson. Do you know what I mean? He can't stand, he can't box on the back foot, and I think that'll play in Tyson.
And I fully agree with that.
For me, the bigger story is that Joshua, it was the dad in the boxing, the star, easily the star of boxing, the biggest commodity in the sport. Excluding Canelo, of course, but he really was. And now, that's Tyson Fury, and you have to say that.
But he is the biggest name in boxing at the minute.
If I put you on the spot now and said going on AJ's performance in Saudi in December against Andy Ruiz Jr., the second rematch, first rematch rather, and if you go on Tyson's performance on Saturday, who would win right now, do you think?
I don't.
Fury all day long.
I'm not basing it on that because it was totally different styles. But
I think
just said to me right now, who's going to win right now? I'm not basing it on those fights because I can't. They're totally different fights. But I'm saying it on ability right now.
Base it on this then. Fury at his very best, which might have been Saturday. And AJ at his very best when you've seen him. Maybe that was his best win, but maybe not his best.
Going Fury. But I'm telling you, it's going to be a more difficult night than people envision.
I don't think
people are saying to me, he's going to definitely do away with AJ. No. It's like AJ's just being brushed. No. And I'm telling you, it's going to be a more difficult fight. I'm saying that Fury will win, but I wouldn't be shocked if I woke up in the morning
what's in AJ's,
and I found out.
What's in AJ's favour?
Why you let me talk? I woke up in the morning. I woke up in the morning and I saw that AJ had won this fight.
I don't need to be here, Gary.
I would not be shocked.
He wouldn't get close to Tyson. Listen, he's going to come and have a fight, and especially with the fight, he's going to chuck out the kitchen.
But isn't it intriguing that?
Look how we're talking around back and forth about it.
That is exactly what it is. It is intriguing.
Rob McCracken's got to be thinking, right, got to put my brain on now. Got to, Rob McCracken's got another idea.
Another thing when you're fighting with Tyson,
we
don't know what Tyson's going to turn up.
Very true. That's a very good
boxer fighter.
I'm going to push you, right? One word, one name. Who wins? You're going to go Fury, obviously.
My man, Fury.
Fury?
Oh.
But I'm just saying but.
You just wasted 10 minutes of our day. You wasted 10 minutes of our day.
I just had a discussion with a very irritating man on Twitter. And I just,
why would you do that? Why would you engage in that?
I know, he was cool. He was
anyway,
a Twitter war.
You exactly hit the nail on the head. It is a hugely intriguing fight and one that definitely the fans want to see.
Everyone will want to see,
Well, that's answered Leon's question. Marshall wants to know, what's it like travelling around with Tyson?
Yeah, it's unbelievable. He's a character, do you know what I mean? What you see.
This is your fourth camp with him, isn't it?
Your fourth camp, yeah. What you see with Tyson, what you get, he doesn't change off camera or on camera. He's just a normal person, he's just down to earth, and he's actually fun because when you're in camps of Barry and that, you probably know. When you're training and you're in a solid training camp, sometimes it's hard, do you know what I mean? You get lonely points and you're missing family and being, especially being in America, you're on the other side of the world. But he's always up to something, he's always wanting to have doing something, do you know what I mean, having a bit of fun, pulling stunts in camp. So, yeah, he's good to be around, you know what I mean, because it takes your mind off the training a little bit sometimes, and it's enjoyable. He's very good.
So what's your backstory? How long have you known him? And
I've known Tyson my whole life, do you know what I mean, from the age of about 9, 10. I used to go around with him, we know each other, families know each other. He's like a big brother to me, do you know what I mean? I'm that close to him and he's been very good to me. I've been very fortunate to be in the camps where he's been in, do you know what I mean? So I'm very privileged.
What's the best bit of advice he's given you?
Don't lose. Just very simple, make sure you win.
Because he's going to be your best man, is that right?
Yeah,
in May when you get married?
Yeah, when I get married in May, he's my best man, so...
I bet that's going to be
I'm looking forward to the speech, as I say, yeah. Yeah, it's going to be fun.
The stag do's going to be crazy. What's that going to be happening there?
Has that happened?
No, we haven't done it. We haven't done a stag do yet because obviously we've been in camp. But we'll probably I'll leave it down to him to do something to me, won't he? So he'll have something in mind. I'm not looking forward to it, but there'll be something.
I feel like there could be some sort of singing as well, some song
Yeah.
at your wedding.
Oh,
It will be delivered.
I'll have to get him to sing a song, won't I?
Well, I don't think you'll have to. I'm sure he'll deliver that anyway. Armin wants to know, this is a really good one. Fantasy fight, Tyson Fury versus Mike Tyson. Who wins and why? Now that's got you, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a hard one because Mike Tyson his jab was so underrated, and he was one of the best jabs in the heavyweight division I've seen. And his movement, his fast movement, and being short was an advantage to him. He would get in fast.
I still go with Tyson.
I sort of do. I maybe do just edge Fury.
I don't think, honestly, I know it's a big word what I'm going to be saying here, but I think he's the best since Muhammad Ali, honestly. I know it's a big word to say, and it's
a big statement.
You know what?
But
it's a good argument. He's got the rhythm in him. He's got that rhythm.
He does everything what he needs to do. He upsets the fight. He gets into people's heads. He does everything what you need to do to win a fight.
Gary, who wins Fury Tyson?
Can't go against Mike Tyson. I can't. All I will say is that the Tyson leading up to Michael Spinks, maybe just after the Tyrell Biggs as well, that's a hard Tyson to beat. Because, he would never have faced, it's the same thing. He would never have faced anything like a Tyson Fury. 6'9". I remember he said the other day in his documentary, he goes, nobody's done what I can, nobody moves like I can do. No 6'9" man should move like I do. So that would be a hard fight for Tyson. But then punching down against something that's going to immediately pay you once he makes you miss. So quick, so damaging. I'm going Mike Tyson. Sorry, I'm going Mike Tyson.
Barry, you've been very quiet.
No, I said Fury.
Oh, you said Fury?
Yeah, I did. Yeah. It is a hard one. It's a real hard one. It's a real hard one to pick. But I think on his day, Fury might have enough.
Would be good, yeah.
What a fight.
Good question. Billy wants to know, any plans on going for the world title in the near future?
Yeah, I hope so. Maybe by end of the year or so, hopefully getting a shot or a final eliminator. Now, I've had 23 fights now. I'm highly ranked in the WBC. So, yeah, maybe next couple of fights, I should be knocking on the door for one.
What's your long-term plan?
Obviously, I want to be a world champion, do you know what I mean? I want to unify the division, do you know what I mean? So, I'm at that stage now, I'm well experienced now, I've had 23 fights. I feel like I'm just turned 26 and starting to come into the years now. I'm used to the ring, so, yeah, I'm ready to step up now to the big boys.
Barry, you were there on Saturday night. Yeah. What did you make of Isaac's performance, and how far off do you think he is of that world title shot? 6
points deducted in a fight is a little bit crazy, but obviously the referee wasn't one of the best, to be fair. And I think he was deducting points for things that you should do, spinning, turning opponents, things like that. But Isaac's, I think he's garnishing experience. He's boxing around the world on these big bills, not the first bill, obviously, that he's boxed on the first Fury Wilder bill. And I think that it's invaluable, that being away from home.
Experience.
And it's experience on the big stage as well, isn't it?
And different styles as well.
Yeah.
What would note that, obviously I've boxed like Ryan Walsh for the British, I've boxed for the European now, when I boxed Dennis Sealand. So I've been on big cards and big shows before. Obviously been on the last few Furies. I boxed on the Scott Quigg and Carl Frampton undercard. So I've been on big shows now. So when I feel like I get the time for a big stage, I'm going to be used to it, and it's going to be something I'm going to thrive off and take it in stride.
How much does that help you though, boxing, like I just said, on the big stage under the lights?
Yeah, of course it does, because you get the how do I explain the fear, do you know what I mean, into the change room. You set everyone up, you know the big lights are on you, or the press. I can remember I'd done the media undercard on Wednesday, and I bet there was 500 or 600 people there just for an undercard press conference. I looked around, I was like, wow, do you know what I mean? Like I never seen it like that in my life. Do you know what I mean? It was
like the next time you do it for your fight, you've experienced it, you've been there.
It's
amazing. But even though you want to box for world titles, of course you do, there's such a flourishing domestic scene.
Yeah,
it's your weight.
Of course,
it really is.
Look at the fights back over here in Britain. You've got like Ryan Welsh. You've got.
Have you been watching the Golden Contracts?
I've been watching bits of it. Obviously, I've been over there. Do you know what I mean? So it's been hard to go, but I've heard Jazz and Ryan won over the weekend.
Yeah,
so that's going to be a cracking final. That, do you know what I mean? It'll be a good scrap. So yeah, I will keep me on it, and maybe I'll get the winner.
Exact words. Going to be a cracking scrap, that, isn't it?
Cracking fight.
It's been the featherweight section, a portion of this Golden Contract, has just outshone everything.
Good fight.
It's been absolutely fantastic.
Dickens Lee Wood fight was excellent.
I haven't got back to watch that yet, but I will watch that later.
When you've had some sleep.
When I have some sleep, I'll probably wake up and then I'll catch up on the featherweight Gordon contract, yeah.
So the plans for the next couple of months for you, I'm guessing, is all eyes on the wedding?
Yeah, well, I would like to get out back out before May, end of April sometime. I'll speak to MTK and see what they say. I'll have
Any names? Anyone you...
Not just yet. I've just got back, so we'll have a word. We'll have a sit down and I said we'll try and get defended at WBC again, or we'll see what else is available and what fights is about and what we can take. I love another big fight. I think another mediocre. I like the name Keto Martes is a really good fight. I think that'll be a good test for
me. What do you reckon, Barry?
Yeah, Keto Martinez. Yeah.
He is now the gatekeeper for people with world title aspirations, because he can still knock you out. He's tough.
Of course, he's tough, and he'll give you a love. I think that's what I need now, because the guy who I fought on Saturday.
No fear.
I was expecting a proper tough fight of him. He got beat by like 5 opponents. Freedom was world champions, you know what I mean? Took Santa Cruz 12 rounds, you know what I mean? He's been in with the likes of some great top kids, I should say. So I was expecting a very hard fight, which it turned out a very easy fight, because he'd basically never come to try and wouldn't stand toe-to-toe with me, you know what I mean? Yeah. So I think the next time I'm out, I like someone who's actually want to come and try and win and push me to the point and see what I've got.
Yeah, of course.
I'm looking forward to seeing what you do next, and enjoy the stag do.
Yeah, definitely.
Don't tell us where it is. And best of luck for the wedding and that speech. I cannot wait to hear what that's about.
I'll film it. I'll get it across to you somewhere. I think it'll go global anyhow.
Probably viral. Thank you, chaps. You'll be doing the podcast later on today. Don't forget you can download that on iTunes. But yeah, that's it from us. See you next week.
Sky Sports. Feel it all.